This next performer deserves it. So please put your hands together for Alden, everybody.
Thank you, Chris. Appreciate that. Oh, that's true. Fantastic. It's accurate. Does it seem a little loud to you guys? Ah, it's just me. Okay, good. Guys, I'm going to try this radical new diet I've been hearing about. It's called, I'm just going to eat slightly less. The problem is I came in here and they had the fantastic loaded fries and we just like chomped them. They were so good. The potatoes were like very thin and the cheese was melted just like elegantly. I think they may have done like 35 seconds on the microwave instead of like the 30 I do at home. It's fantastic, guys. I mean, let me tell you, it was worth it. It was worth it, that alone, I'm telling you. But I have a problem. I was eating a bag of chips, and I bit into something hard, and I looked and I realized it was a staple, and I was like, oh, thank God for chewing, right? Because a lot of the times I'm like doing like a shoveling motion, and I think I probably have eaten not zero staples in my life, probably a few, and so if that ever happens, chewing, keeps the debris out of your body. Yeah, if you ever have a sharp poop, more chewing is my tip. More chewing. Yeah, that's important. Do you guys know about the law of attraction? Have you heard of that? Where like if you think about a thing, it attracts it into your life more, like positive. So I've been wasting the law of attraction on coins. I think about coins all the time, and I've just been finding them constantly on the ground. Like other comics, they'll give me coins now. I find them just like in toilets and just like everywhere. I'm finding coins, it's crazy. So I'm like wasting it. Why can't I think about Ferraris or something, But there I am, I'm just walking along, and I find a nickel on the ground. And I'm like, oh, there's a nickel. But then this guy runs up behind me. He's like, hey, that's my nickel, huh? And I'm like, all right, I'll flip you for it. It's my fucking nickel. And I keep it. I just put it in my pocket. And then he flips out, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not kidding, it's mine. That's how I collect my coins. Just keep walking. And I'm like, oh man, and I again, law of attraction. Found a penny on the ground. I'm like, oh, this is so crazy. What a lucky day, 6 cents. Then I look at it, and the head and the tail of the penny have been scraped off. And I'm like, oh, is this even worth a penny anymore? It's like barely legal tender now, so I get on the internet and I start typing it in, barely legal, and wait a minute. That's an adult website. That's not gonna have anything to do with pennies. I should change the search terms. So I typed in penny ruined. And then again, same thing. No information about pennies. I'm like, okay, fine. Penny destroyed. Same problem, yeah. So eventually I just concluded it was just a bad penny, which is unfortunately a fantastic pornographic website. 2 hours later, I didn't learn anything, but I was like, that's fine. So keep walking. That's what I do. But then Tina and I were going out for having a date, and there's this wishing well, and I'm like, she wants to make a wish. I'm like, well, how can I deny finding Tina a wish? So I reach in my pocket. All I've got's a dime. And I'm like, okay. So before I hand it over, though, I say, wait a minute. You know what? I can get change for this dime. The well doesn't know the denomination of coins, right? So we could each throw a penny in there, and I'd have 8 cents left. And when I explained that to her, she wished she had a different boyfriend. But I persisted. So I walk into this store and I say, sir, can I have change for this dime? The guy looks at me, he's like, you poor man. You dumb donkey. All you wishing well people do is come in here and take huge shits and ask for change. Get the hell out. So anyways, I gave Tina the dime and she proceeded to waste 9 wishes. But that's what you do. New boyfriend, there you go. Dang it. The truth comes out. Puppy, that makes sense. 9 puppies, fair enough. All right, and I keep going, and I found a quarter on the ground. So crazy, I put that in my pocket. I was like, I'm gonna do my laundry with that 1/20th of the way there. It's great. And I keep going, walking along. Then I found the most unusual coin of all. It was a $50. It's like, oh, that's unusual. You know, the $50 is always trying to pass as a bill, but it never will, you know. Also, it doesn't really fit in with the coins. It's a $50. So the quarters, the dimes, the nickels, the pennies, they all have a slot in the cash register, but not the $50. Again, it doesn't fit in. It's like a coin of two worlds. And I just thought maybe, you know, that's where 50 Cent got his name. You know, he's a man of two worlds. His mom, black. His dad, a dollar bill. 50 Cent. And he's just gonna, you know, get rich or die trying. That's all there is. It's crazy. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, new guest member. Classic coin joke. I wish there was a 75-cent piece, honestly. Or a 35-cent piece. My brother had certain size nipples that were larger than a quarter, but smaller than a 50-cent piece. So I used to tell him he had 35-cent nipples, which he thought was not as funny as I think you think it is, which it is. It's hilarious. Jimmy Dean's 35-cent patties. That's what he had, yeah. But the coin collecting's not as glamorous as it seems. I got robbed at my bank recently because I brought my coin collection in a tin can, and they wanted to charge me 5% to process it. Okay, so I had $9 in coins that I collected from the street and toilets and things, and they're like, yeah, just dump it in the machine. That's fine. Didn't know there was a fee, and I harangued the clerk for like a half an hour. Then I was like, finally, hey, listen, get the manager. If you have a can of tin coins at your credit union, they do not bring out the manager. You have to explain it to the clerk a second time. And needless to say, I was not reimbursed. Okay, I said, give me back my 73 cents, you dirty jackals. RBCFU bank guys, yeah. So finally I got fed up and I was like, they're gonna take me out of here with an armed guard if I keep going with this stuff. So I called the helpline and I got on there for 2 hours with the woman. I said, listen, you've got my money and I want it back. They would not relent. So then finally I got on Google and I realized nobody reviews the ATMs on Google. So I gave them a scathing review. I said, listen, you guys, this robot here wouldn't even take my coins. And I went to the bank and they stole 73 cents. Like a bunch of a-holes. They can blow me. RBCFU Bank. That's right. I'm still working on that. I sent them an email also and they were just like, we don't care about you. We already have your money. Don't come back. Yeah, but crying. That's good. Thank you. So my day job, I actually work as a trivia host. I'm an entertainer, not just in comedy. I also do the trivia, you know. And so I do an outdoor show at the Barton Springs Saloon on Mondays, and there was a person yelling out the answers during the show, and I was like, "Where is he? Where is this guy?" Well, it turns out there was a homeless fellow across the street sitting on a crate with his ear out like this, and he was listening into it, and he's just like, "Turducken." And I was like, ah, dang it, how am I gonna, that was the answer too, he got it right. And I was like, oh, what am I gonna do about this? So I just yelled out there. I said, hey, if you think you're so smart, sir, why don't you come and play the game with us, huh? What do you think? He goes, you got it, brother. He crossed 6 lanes of traffic, okay? Sat down, first place at trivia. I was like, shit. All right, here's your $35 gift card. What are you gonna do now? Wow, you know, I'd really like a sandwich or something. It's like, I'm sorry, fella, it's a bar, you know, we got beer and liquor mostly, you know, I got a drinking problem. I probably shouldn't. I said, well, just have one pint, you know, that's like a slice of bread essentially, you know, that's fine. So I drive by in the morning, he has passed the fuck out in front of the bar, and I walked up to him, I said, hey there, sleepyhead. Who's smart now? Don't you ever yell out the answers at trivia. Hey, thanks a lot, guys. I've been Alden Schaub. I use my mouth to make my money.
He uses his mouth to make his money, just like all the whores you know. All right.